Hey, welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be going over some conversion rate optimization for a moving company. Now, a lot of these tactics, ideas, strategies that I'm going to be breaking down also apply to practically any lead generation based business, although this specific example that I'm going to show you is going to be an over the shoulder for a moving company and how we're going to reduce distraction, make the user experience a bit more easier flowing with less distraction, and also add in some additional elements that we think the user will be thinking during their time of scroll to help convert more leads at a cheaper cost. So let's go ahead and get started. Here's the website that we're going to be analyzing. It's Let's Get Moving Canada. And as you can see, the company spends a great deal of effort in these custom illustrations, these animated illustrations for their branding, which I really appreciate. I think it gives a lot of character to the brand and it's very easily recognizable. If you were to see this on a moving truck in your city, I think it has great brand association with Let's Get Moving. And if you were just to think of the brand, you'd associate that with this little character here. So I think they did a great job there. They have incredible social proof. So placing the social proof fairly close to the top of the page is going to help with conversions overall, because their consumers are going to see these awards, these accreditations and mentions across these memorable places, and they're going to think, okay, this is a trustworthy moving company. There's someone I can trust, which is going to help them give them the confidence to convert and want to do business with this company. I also like how they have this see how we work section, which is great for SEO because you get, a good amount of content here to include to help optimize. And they have great explainer videos, which are also animated. This right here, this watch this video, this is called a visual cue. In CRO, this is important to include if you want to direct the user to take an action. So for example, we could use a visual cue to watch this video, or we can move this visual cue down here so that the user is more likely to click book now, which would then take them to a contact form or a scheduling form. I also like how they have these explainer videos down here for additional services, just in case you were looking for packing or storage. I think those are great upsell options and they're important to include. Although this can work not in your favor if you have too many options for someone to take on any landing page. It could overwhelm them or they might get distracted. Most people are subconsciously scrolling or subconsciously going through content. So it's not always the best option, but I think it's important to test. Again, they have some additional options here, some awards. They have their client testimonials section, which we redesigned, which I'll get into. Yeah, some more testimonials, social proof as seen on, etc. So plenty of social proof here. I really like the page overall. And let me show you guys what we ended up completing here. So the first objective, the first thing that I noticed is love the animations, but I think this form gets a little bit lost in this background. I think there's a lot going on, and although it's very aesthetically pleasing, I think it's a bit overwhelming. So what we did was we reduced the amount of animation, colors, all of that. We went with a solid tone with this pattern background to not make it so bland. And then we of course kept a few of the custom illustration type styling that they had in the branding, because we didn't want to change everything completely, but we wanted to also improve conversions. And you'll notice here for get a quote now and book move online, get a quote was more important. So we made that color red versus this book a move online blue. If someone does want to book a move online, they can do that, but we wanted to draw more attention to get a quote now, hence why we used a opposite color and something that would stand out from that other CTA. So if you do use multiple CTAs, make sure to differentiate between one and the other and make the one that is most important to you stand out the most. So scrolling down here, if you remember the award-winning moving and storage section, I loved this social proof section. I thought it was really important. I thought it was great that it was at the top of the page. However, it being on this dark background, I think loses a lot of the color and pop of these icons, which I wanted to show more clearly. So we threw these on a white background, restructured the area, and again, brought the contact form of getting a quote up front and center, clearly visible for the user to take an action, whereas that wasn't clearly notated here. So if a user doesn't convert above the fold on get a quote now, they now have a second option to opt in. They see the form, they know what to do with the form, they know to complete their details. And at this point, the user is thinking, okay, I found the best moving company in Vancouver. They're award winning, so there's a lot of social proof. There's a lot of people that trust this business. Maybe that's enough to make this user convert. But if not, we go on to the next stage. So maybe this person is a very research intensive searcher. Maybe they're a research intensive consumer. So the next thing that we want to do is redesign this section to make it a simple 3-step process. We want to make it as simple, easy, seamless, no abrasion, no hurdles. We want to make it as easy as possible for this person to book their move, because everybody knows when you move, it's high stress, it's high intensity. You don't want your stuff broken. You don't want anything lost. Moving companies can be expensive. So we made a simple 3-step process. Again, we included another CTA, which we might actually want to wrap a button around this to draw more attention to it. But we figured to go a little bit more subtle and collect data on that once we start running traffic to this page. Again, I really liked this explainer video here. So we blew that up, increased the size of this section, kept the visual cue, thought it came out nice. Another thing you'll notice, we took the as seen on, also threw that on a white background. Again, the colors, if you remember, were getting a bit lost with this dark blue, purplish type color. So we threw that on a white background, again, establishing additional social proof. We did think the including other services was a great idea. According to the business, there are a lot of opportunities where someone is also looking for storage or is also looking for packing. So including these explainer videos to give the consumer a little bit more information on that prior to receiving a phone call to evaluate what type of moving needs that they have was more of a nurturing effort rather than increasing the landing page conversion rate, but we were able to accomplish both with this same design. Again, I thought this page had a lot of great testimonials. However, I do think that, although I do love the animation style, I think that people resonate better when they see pictures of real people leaving testimonials or recognizable brand names if it's B2B. So what we did was we redesigned the testimonial section to include the videos, and we included thumbnails of the real customers inside of the videos. We have different styling here. We included the 5 gold star reviews here, which of course people are familiar with seeing on Yelp, Google Ads, Google, whatever it is, schema markup for products, etc., Amazon shopping. People are familiar with star rating and reviews. So we wanted to include that and a timestamp to make it time relevant. People don't want to do business with you if your last review was 12 months ago or 18 months ago, whatever it is. They want to do business with someone who they know is regularly pleasing their customers and is still upholding the same standard and level of service that they have since day one. So consistency, we timestamped, we got the star rating reviews, which is going to go in our benefit and favor because of the association of other big brand names using star reviews. And we redesigned the slider to include real people and real people faces to help enhance that trustworthiness of this section. Again, there was a ton of social proof to work with on this brand, which dramatically improves conversion rates. So we redesigned this proud partners section. I don't think there was enough attention focus here because some of these names are actually quite large. Big Brothers Big Sisters, Canadian Red Cross, Make-A-Wish. I'm sure you guys are all familiar with. We wanted to draw more attention here, so we included that here as well with their schedule and contact so they know how and when to get a hold of someone. And if they needed more convincing on if they were choosing the right moving company, here's another contact form for them to reach out. And that's it. And then we moved down into the footer, which, we chose to use this darker background to not draw too much attention away from what we want the user to do, which is to book a move. So that was our strategy and our outline and framework and how we approach conversion rate optimization. This particular example was for moving, but we do conversion rate optimization for a variety of different fields and industries. As long as we have accurate data to look over, we can find an area of opportunity to improve the conversion rates of a landing page for a paid marketing campaign, or maybe it's an organic based page that drives SEO results. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you'd like more of these, give us a like and a subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye.